Julian's Way here, guys, and I'm going to talk a little bit about rant about cardio. And like, I just had to make a decision to do cardio and come back and eat or do something else, and then, like, eat before, either before or after cardio, basically. So it was like a 40-minute, all right, 40-minute straight walk, so back and forth. And there's a lot of talks about fasted cardio being better or not, and it comes down to the same thing. A lot of people said it comes down to the same thing, and science shows calories in, calories out, how much you expenditure, all right, intake, output, surplus, deficit. At the end of the day, it comes down to the same thing. So if I do my cardio now, and depending on how many calories I have at the end of the day, it will go back depending on if I do it at the end of the day. Some people prefer to do it fasted, and it's somehow or not, you can see a difference, I think, when you do it fasted, but it's a kind of a risk. Like, I think fasted cardio coming on to, like, when you're like really depleted on low carb, it's a bit more different. It'll be easier to lose muscle tissue. So if you're like earlier in your prep, like maybe 8 weeks out, 6 weeks out, I think you can do fasted cardio because you have more energy, more fat to burn and so on. But coming on to that point, if you really get like really lean and you're just about almost peeled or whatever, that time, I do not think you should mess it up. So I'm going to explain exactly a little bit more of what I did and what I do as I go through. But I just want to talk about cardio and in terms of that. So it comes down to preference. Some people, I do it sometimes based on my convenience. I do not like to do cardio when it's too hot, but outdoor cardio is really good. You get a different atmosphere, you feel good, you get some fresh air. Hopefully there's fresh air where you are. So many pollution and toxicity in the atmosphere right now, and like for the longest time, forever. So yeah, basically you've got to do what you think is best for you. But like I said, science said there is no difference, and calories in, calories out, but there might be a little bit more benefits. Now let us say what I was going to talk about, maybe eating before and after. Like, I think that if you're in a real deficit, the food that you just ate and you guys go and do cardio like a few minutes after, I think it's going to start burning up. Maybe even use some of the protein you had, if you had carbs or whatever, as energy. Now if you had carbs, you kick into anabolic, or you start your cardio too quick, it's gonna burn the glycogen, and you wouldn't really be burning fat. But if you do it on an empty stomach, almost, you may be burning more fat. But like I said, if your fat level is really low or you're in a real high deficit, you're going to be in a place whereby you'll be risking muscle loss. So it's a chance that you have to be willing to take, and sometimes I think you have to sacrifice to get where you want. Now those are my thoughts on doing it fasted versus after. Like I said, earlier in the prep, maybe fasted, definitely I would think you should put that in, but later in the prep, I think you should get your cardio out, or a bit less cardio. Like for me, example, I tend to get small, and so really quick, especially in the leg area, even more small, coming on to like a couple of weeks out doing like high cardio. I'm talking about like hour plus cardio a day. But that's really my take on it. All right, if you just eat, I think it's going to use up some of the calories from the food. I like it comes on back to the same thing when you really think about it, because if it burns fat, something is going to burn from the food, a little bit from the food and not much from your fat source. But when you already had a meal like 3 hours ago, and you're now going to do cardio, that meal is already digested. You probably burned some of that doing chores or whatever, and to me, I think you tap into fat faster if you're doing it fasted, whether it's during the day, from early in the morning. That's really fasted. But I say like semi-fasted. Why I say fasted is, if I had my meal, like my last meal before I had that meal was like about 4 hours plus, or 4 hours. So I call that fasted. That's a long time to be in a deficit and not eat and then go do cardio. So I think I was able to tap into the fats fast. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, I do not know. Scientists might tell you the same thing, no. But like I said, if you had like certain things like with sugar, it's going to burn that out faster. And I think I did a separate video with that, but if not, I'm going to touch back on that. I do not want to make this video long, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell button for notification, and give the video a thumbs up if you made it this far and you enjoyed it. And take care.